Holmes is fine, but we all knew that eventually he was going to a little bit of a wall. And, yeah, they relied heavily on the bullpen early on. But their biggest acquisition with A.J. Minter, he was hurt. He got hurt early on. And then they had to kind of wait till the trade deadline to piece it together. And then even that fell apart. Like, it's been a lot has gone wrong. It's not just, well, David Stern stinks and he can't build a rotation. That's not true. He wasn't very good this past offseason or even in season. Almost every one of his moves has failed. And he's got to take a hit for that. However, there is a lot that is out of his control that has gone the wrong way. Certain things that were out of his control went the right way last year. This year, they go the wrong way. Like, luck is a part of it. And their pitching staff has just been ravaged. Absolutely ravaged. Was Griffin Canning going to be the guy that he was, the first part of the year, the whole way through? Who the hell knows? But it would have been nice to have another solid arm. No? Did anybody think Minaya would have been as bad as he has been outside of the last 2 outings when he came back healthy? I didn't. If Pete doesn't throw a high throw to Kodai Senga, what type of season's he having? Guy was pitching to a 1 ERA until Pete made that bad throw. And then he got hurt and hasn't been anything close to what he was prior to that. So you could question the building of the staff. You could question the lack of investing in the staff off-season, in-season. Also, there's a lot that's gone wrong for the staff that should be better than the results have showed. Some of that is just unfortunate, poor luck. Hey, but it happens to every team. No excuses. BT and Sal on the Fan will continue with your calls. We'll also power up at 12:40 later this hour. I don't have the read that you guys are telling me here. I told Hoff that during the break, and you didn't bring it in. Remember I told you I didn't have the read? I said, quote, before we get into it, I don't have this. And he said, okay, I'll get it for you. And then I don't have it. Do you want me to read something else or just wait for him to bring it in here? Okay. Hey, guys, by now, you've heard me talk about Collars & Co., makers of the dress collar polo. They've already sold over 1 million of these amazing shirts. Well, Collars & Co. just came out with the new Maverick Performance Blazer. This blazer is sharp and wrinkle-resistant, so you can travel anywhere with it. Just throw it in your bag, and it will remain wrinkle-free. It even comes with security zip pockets, a sunglasses loop, and an optional pocket square. So visit collarsandco.com and check them out today.
This week on The Fan.
Keep listening for your chance to score a pair to see Hardy at Madison Square Garden September 24th. Tickets are on sale now at livenation.com.
Brought to you by Live Nation. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
At Nielsen, fun is in the driver's seat.
Here are the fundamentals that have helped Nielsen Dodge make customers for life. There's always zero down payment available. We'll always give you up to $1,500 over book value for any trade. If you need credit help, we're here to make it happen. And of course, great deals on any new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram.
Lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo X 4x4, just $299 a month. Or lease a new 2025 Jeep Wrangler 4-door Willys 4xe, just $399 a month. Or choose from hundreds of quality certified pre-owned vehicles.
Fun is in the driver's seat when you save money.
On Route 10 in East Hanover. Online at nielsendodge.com. A proud member of the Nielsen Auto Group.
Fun is in the driver's seat.
Drive into fall event.
With approval term 24 months, due Sun, Cherokee, $38.94, Wrangler, $43.94, add tax tag, $498 dock and DMV.
This is Tiki Barber. You definitely don't want your heating system to fail this winter. So call my friends at Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's heating experts. Have them check your heating system before it breaks. I know Edison Heating and Cooling. They can fix anything. Go now to edisonhvac.com.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Run or walk with Giants legends. The Giants Foundation will host a 5K race and kids run presented by Quest on Sunday, October 26th at 9 a.m. at MetLife Stadium. Net proceeds will benefit the Giants Foundation. All participants will receive a commemorative t-shirt, and after the race, stay for a post-race festival with appearances by Giants legends and a live DJ. Register now at Giants.com/5K. The Giants Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit corporation.
We're always talking New York sports on The Fan.
We could tell you what it's like to drive the Nissan Rogue and tell you all about its performance capabilities, like its VC turbo engine. It's I can go virtually anywhere type of freedom. Nice. But you don't have to take our word for it. Go drive it for yourself. You're up. Experience the power of the Nissan Rogue.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Get 0% APR for 60 months on the 2025 Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, or Murano. Visit your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. For well-qualified buyers, example, 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to Nissan Motor Acceptance Company credit approval, not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends September 30th, 2025.
For all station contest rules, go to WFAN.com/rules.
Your cold is coming. Your cold is coming. When you feel a cold coming, shorten it with Zicam, the #1 cold shortening brand.
Oh, no, not before my big trip.
The big trip you've been planning is coming up, and so is your cold. But Zicam can shorten your cold and get you back to planning sooner.
Thanks, Revere.
We really should keep Zicam in the house.
Shorten your cold with Zicam.
Take it from America's most revered messenger. Shorten your cold at the first sign with cold shortening products from Zicam, the #1 cold shortening brand. Available in stores or see where to buy at Zicam.com.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Town Fair Tire has the area's largest inventory of name brand tires at discount prices, including Michelin tires, which give you the perfect match. A relaxing driving experience from your vehicle, along with all-season design for superior performance that stands out from the crowd. And Town Fair stands out from other dealers with a guaranteed lowest price on Michelin tires and gives you more free services for life than anywhere. Nobody beats a Town Fair tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Talk New York sports here. The Fan.
After the show, it's just so annoying. Like, it's something you got to do. The maintenance never stops. I've said this before. It's like we're not living, we're maintaining. Everything is maintenance. Whether it's the endless bull crap with the house. It just doesn't stop. I'm beaten to a point where I'm almost submerged at this point with the house. It's like it's always something. Maintaining the house, maintaining the dog. You know, my wife said, oh, I got to have a hair appointment, maintaining that. But like everything is maintenance. Going to a doctor's appointment, going to the dentist, your car. Like it's like just when you finally feel like, nice, I got nothing to do. Boom, the maintenance light pops on. Now I got to worry about that. Like that's what I want to do on the weekends. After working all week long, I want to get up the first thing Saturday morning and take my car to the dealer to have it to get an oil change. Sit there for an hour and a half, and then the dentist. It's just so if it's not the car, then it's the other thing. Hey, you do for an appointment. It's been 6 months. Okay, great. Got to come in for a cleaning. It just never. Well, I mean, I guess it does stop eventually, but we're not around to see it. Never stops while you're here. That's all we're doing. If you think you're living, you're not living. You're maintaining. You're maintaining. That's all you're about, maintaining.
I thought it was surviving.
No. I mean, maybe to a certain extent.
There are moments you live
There are moments you maintain.
Well, I've been maintaining far too long. I want to start living, damn it. I want to live. Maybe I could live by going to a Savannah Bananas game. Vito is calling from Westchester. What's up, Vito?
Hey, Sal. Thanks for taking the call.
What's up?
Yeah, I want to try to help you make sense of this Savannah Banana thing.
Okay.
So my two boys went this weekend to Yankee Stadium. My wife and a bunch of moms from the baseball team took them. And so they're both into baseball. They like to watch baseball on TV. They like to go to a game on occasion, right? So they appreciate professional baseball play.
Okay.
And so what happens is they watch this stuff like professional baseball highlights on YouTube, and then YouTube feeds them this Savannah Banana stuff. They'll be like, Dad, look, a guy did a backflip in the outfield and caught the ball. The pitcher's on stilts, all this stuff, right? And like they get excited. So now when it came to town, everybody wanted to go. They went, and when they and afterwards, I asked them, I'm like, how'd you like it? They're like, yeah, it was fun, but it was weird. Like during the game, they had the music going, and then they had the announcer going, and it's like a circus. And my point is, I think if they come around next year, I don't think you'll see the same kind of like attendance that you did this year. Because once you've seen it, like.
That's
it's really not.
Okay.
Well, that's it.
That makes me feel. Now, how much?
Can
I ask you how much you paid for tickets?
So, we got the tickets really cheap, but we couldn't get them. I tried to get them by the time I figured out they were sold out already. We were lucky enough that somebody had some back channel or something.
Okay.
But they were not expensive. They're like $40.
Oh, that's a big difference, Vito, and thank you for the call and for the insight there. That to me makes a little more sense. But it just feels like Savannah Bananas have just been this storm that is unstoppable. I mean, the fact that they would sell out Yankee Stadium back-to-back days, like that's remarkable to me. That a Savannah Bananas circus of baseball could sell out can outsell an actual big league team with real star players. I get that it's not apples to apples, but it is baseball. And some people that I've talked to about it, I love this stuff. Are like, oh no, it's quality baseball. And like, Hoff, have you watched any of these games? You have any idea? Like, have you actually watched the Savannah Bananas games?
I've watched a couple innings, yeah, because they have.
Are the pitchers actually trying to get hitters out or no?
Yeah, because I mean, listen, it's weird. It's a quick pace to it.
Yeah.
So there's no like, all right, let's work on a 3-2 count.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do?
Are they throwing only fastballs? Is it lobbing it over?
Listen, the contact is nice. They don't mind striking people out. There's a lot of rules and regulations. There's even if you foul tip or foul a ball off and the fans catch it,
it's an
that's
out.
ruled out. So there's a lot of different quirks about it that I couldn't tell you.
Phil is in Huntington, New Jersey. Phil,
how you doing, sir?
Hi, Phil. How are you?
All right. So I brought my daughter to Knicks games, Ranger games, Yankee games, and, she always, I'll go with you, Dad. But she's never that into it. I mentioned, last week, just saying, hey, have you heard of the Savannah Bananas? They're at Yankee Stadium, and her eyes lit up. She was so excited, and it's all because of their social media presence. Whoever they have running that is a genius because he has all these kids watching TikTok and Instagram, not Facebook, because I guess she tells me that's for old people, but especially TikTok. And she was so engaged in this game. I'm watching her. She's smiling, laughing. She's singing the songs. At the Knicks game, she's watching. She claps when they score, but nothing like this. And that last caller, I couldn't disagree more. When they come next year, if they come 5 times, they're going to sell out all 5 games. Everybody I knew, like all her friends, their whole families went. And the last point, nobody paid $350 for the nose.
Well, that's not true. Oh, wow.
I was on the third base line in the 200s, couple rows up, and I paid $100 to see.
All right, so that's not bad. So maybe and thank you for the insight, Phil. Maybe, I know this doesn't happen often, maybe we just got some bad info from Hoff.
Oh, stop it.
It's never happened before. It would be a first time. Maybe we just got some bad info from Hoff.
All right, so let's do a little breakdown.
Where'd you get your ticket price from? AI?
No,
I mean, you look it up at the same place.
I went online. Here's the thing is, Again, the raffle tickets were raffled off and they were sold out. There was no way to get them.
Meaning like if you went to put yourself into a raffle for the ability to buy tickets.
It's already done.
Okay, we're gonna have a raffle. If you win, you can buy a ticket for $100.
Correct. Done.
Right.
Those were already gone. So I started to look at secondary markets.
Right.
And I looked up on other prices, and they were online. Some were listed at those expensive prices.
Okay, but so and
I wouldn't say that they were right the day before. No, I got this in like July, I think it was. July, maybe August. I bought these
probably
tickets.
should have waited until it went down. But anyway, the point is the $350 per ticket is not what most people paid.
No.
Thankfully.
Because they won a raffle. I couldn't win a raffle.
Well,
I tried.
I
tried to go through here.
Here's the way that I would put it. And regardless of what Dove says or anybody about it being, it's so limited, they're only here twice a year, whatever it may be. In my mind, at least, in no way, shape, or form should a freaking Savannah Bananas ticket be more difficult to get than a Mets or Yankees playoff ticket. And by the sound of it, it seems like that is exactly the case. That the Savannah Bananas for a weekend at Yankee Stadium are a bigger draw or a more difficult ticket than the Yankees potentially in the playoffs or the Mets in the playoffs. That's a tough. You could get into Citi Field. Who knows if they're going to make? And Citi Field, they might not even have a home game. They get in the wild card round and be out. You could get into Yankee Stadium for under $350 on the secondary. I would bet for the first round of the playoffs. I mean, what is it, comparable to the World Series of the ALCS? That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to disparage the great, fun, family environment that the Savannah Bananas offer on their world tour. I'm not trying to disparage that. Maybe not for me. Although my daughter's 4, if she was older and she saw that stuff, I'd try to have to, let her know this is not baseball, not in this house. You want to do that stuff with your friends? Maybe. In this house, we watch... Well, I was going to say watch the Mets, but that's not really good either. Maybe I got this whole thing wrong. Maybe, in fact, I should be. I mean, because think about it. What you want out of sports in life, right, is like some fun. Aren't we all looking for fun and entertainment? And I'm the one who's been telling you that this season hasn't been fun for either team, from a Yankee fan perspective or a Met fan perspective. I mean, there's been fun moments, sure. But really, since the middle of the season on, it's been more aggravation than it has been fun. But what do the Savannah Bananas offer? Fun. So if I'm looking for entertainment and fun, maybe I'm looking in the wrong places. Maybe I should take little Sammy instead of going to Citi Field to see Juan Soto. Maybe we should go see, did they even have like a star player or something? Savannah Bananas? Is there?
I think there's a couple guys. I don't know anything.
Maybe we should go see the Savannah Bananas. If it's all about fun and entertainment and enjoying yourself, why bother getting aggravated with the big league clubs when you could just go check out a Bananas game? Gus is calling from Ridgewood. What's up, Gus?
Val, it's been a long time, man. Good to hear your voice. How you doing?
Good, Gus. How are you, my friend?
Doing well. Just had a newborn last month, which is why I haven't been calling in as much lately.
Congratulations. Good luck.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. So, listen, I'd like to preface this, and we've talked quite a few times. I have a lot of respect for you, BT, and your baseball intellect. So here's where we agree. The pitching needs to improve for the playoff stretch. Baseball's a game of inches, though. Peterson did almost get out of that jam, but that one pitch giving up the bomb made all the difference, of course. Soto not only almost tied the game off the foul pole, but in the ninth hit a rocket up the middle that if Suarez hadn't gotten the glove on, would have changed the momentum of things. So we can agree that the offense isn't the problem, right?
Well, I wouldn't put it this way. I would say that it's been part of the problem. It's not why I don't feel like they have enough to get across the finish line. I'm not looking at the offense saying they don't have enough. They've been inconsistent, and that's a part of it, but it's a much, much smaller part of it than the pitching staff.
That's fair, and I can agree that the pitching is definitely something that we need to address. But I'll give you some stats, and then my point, if you just give me a minute to finish this up. We even in September during the Mets, even in September, while having an 8-game losing streak, we averaged 4.4 runs a game. The average this year, 4.7 runs allowed this season, 4.39, including September, where they allow 5.4. And here's where we disagree. We can and we will make the playoffs, pitching notwithstanding. I wasn't discouraged at last night's game. The offense isn't a doubt. I'm confident we're going to overcome this anomaly of a high ERA month, and I'm willing to make a friendly, high-stakes, non-monetary wager with you.
Okay.
So if the Mets make the playoffs, we'll be DJing the block parties outside of Citi Field for the playoff run. I'm one of the DJs for the team. I don't know if you remember that. But come watch one of the games with me if we make the playoffs.
Now,
and if for some god-awful reason they don't, and if there's some god-awful reason they don't, for free, I'm willing to DJ the WFAN holiday party coming up. You don't have to agree to it now, but let me know if it's remotely interesting. Thanks again for having me, brother.
Thank you, Gus. I want to put you on hold. Hoff, grab his info, because maybe take him up on that. I got to think about this, but I got to do it before the game here. Where are we getting the idea that we have a WFAN party? Has that been announced? Did I miss something? Did they announce that?
Every year we have one. What do you mean?
The holiday party?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Actually, last year we did have it. That wasn't in the cafeteria. It was upstairs or something. It was in that. All right. I mean, I don't run those things, but here's the issue that I have. Well, it's kind of a win-win. If they don't make it, Gus is going to, DJ the holiday party. And if the Mets do make it, then I get to go watch a playoff game with them. So there's really no risk here. We're all rooting for the same thing. Well, I shouldn't say we all, but Gus and I in this particular case are rooting for the Mets to make the postseason. I know there's some of you haters out there that want to see the Mets miss it, or vice versa, Met fans rooting against the Yankees. I know that's part of it. That's not what's happening here. I just understand that that's part of it. So we're not all rooting for the Mets to make it. But I'll take you up on that, Gus. If in fact, and by the way, it's not that I lost. It's a very delicate balance here. I'm just telling you how I feel. Not like I think, like logically, you could make an argument either way. To me, I was being illogical by many when I was saying that the Mets were, in fact, going to make the postseason. Don't worry about it. They're panicked for nothing. They're better than what you're saying they are. And I do believe that there's a lot of truth in that. However, as the weeks now have gone on and the losses continue to pile up and the poor pitching performances continue to add up, I just feel like for far too long they've been hanging on. I've been in plenty of spots like this before, rooting for a team to just hang on and just get there, and it usually doesn't happen. So my feel last night and today is for the first time feeling like they're not going to get across the finish line. They don't have enough. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope you're right, Gus. And I hope we're partying out there at the the block party and the DJing and watching a game together. But I'll take you up on that. Got to be careful with these bets. I'm in the hole here. I got to go play golf with, was it Teddy in Montville or whatever it is? I got to play golf with him. And I have to wear the Phillies uniform and dress like Chase Utley. When should I do that, Hoff? You think I should do that next week? Or should I do that Monday or when the regular season is over?
All right, there's two things you should do.
Yeah.
You could do it. If the Mets make the playoffs and they play the Phillies, I think you should do it then.
Are you out of your mind? That's the last time I would ever do.
Hold on. If they don't, then you need to go to Thursday Night Football, Giants, Eagles.
You think that I am going to go anywhere outside of this studio dressed in that god-awful Phillies Chase Utley uniform? Are you out of your mind? This is a clear, easy peasy, let me just suck it up for the day, like that stupid Doink the Clown thing. I came in here, I put the Doink the Clown on, we did the show for 4 hours, that's it. Take it off, go home. That's what's happening here with the Utley thing. For Surfside, the bet that I lost to Clem from Surfside. We got to get him on one more time and discuss this.
I'm going full Savannah Bananas on you. I'm making this more entertaining for the audience.
No. This is not entertaining. I'm certainly not doing it against if the Mets played the Phillies had that. What are you out of your mind? That's the last time I do it. I'm going to do it on an off day. Either Monday the 22nd just to get it over with, or on the final day, that Monday after the season. The problem with that is then you could bleed into postseason feel. Oh, come on. I don't want to do any of that. All right, when we come back, we'll power up NFL Power Rankings ahead of Week 3. We'll continue with your calls as well, 888-808-1019. Stop dealing with your neck pain, backache, sciatica, and go to Dr. Jay Shah at Samwell Institute for Pain Management, a migraine and nerve pain specialist who gets you back to feeling yourself again. Minimally invasive and non-surgical treatments available. There are thousands of 5-star reviews who trust Dr. J for pain-relieving solutions. Same day and next day appointments available with offices in Colonia, Livingston, and Englewood, New Jersey. Turn to Samwell Pain for effective pain-relieving solutions. Visit SamwellPain.com.
It's Chris McMonagle overnights on the Fan, 101.9 FM.
Part
of me, as frustrated as I am, as annoyed as I am, I can't get over the fact that, they look like a competent offense. More than competent.
Listen to CMAC on demand on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Maggie Gray with an Odyssey Sports Minute, sponsored by Staybill. At every fill-up or when you store, start with Staybill. Visit sta-bil.com for more information. The Chicago Bears haven't won a game yet, and head coach Ben Johnson is calling out his players for bad practice habits and lack of effort. With the national spotlight looming against the Dallas Cowboys this Sunday, is Caleb Williams the right player to carry out his head coach's message? I'm Maggie Gray.
Your favorite neighborhood spots run unsquare. You know the ones. Maybe it's the popular shop that just opened a new location by you, or the big sports bar that's always packed on game day. These places make the neighborhood, and the money spent there stays in your community. Square powers more than 4 million neighborhood businesses worldwide. To learn more, go to square.com, or just stop by your favorite local business. See you in the neighborhood. Square.
If you've got a gas-powered engine, keep it running like new at every fill-up. Stable in-season protection is your engine's preventative medicine, cleaning and protecting the entire fuel system in season. In outdoor power equipment, prevent gum and varnish buildup that could cause a rough or non-running engine. For cars and trucks, increase fuel efficiency and power by removing deposits, ensuring your engine's long-term health. Stable outperforms the competition in independent lab testing. So at every fill-up, start with Stable.
HL Gross Jewelers of Garden City is Long Island's premier engagement and wedding ring destination. Visit HL Gross today or online at hlgross.com.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a month in bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
The Mazda CX-30 is more than just a crossover. It's a statement. Step inside and enjoy a refined interior with available leather seating, a sleek 8.8-inch center display, and premium sound that turns every drive into a getaway. Feel confident with standard advanced safety features like Mazda Radar Cruise Control and Smart Brake Support. When on the road, the CX-30 Skyactiv G engine delivers responsive performance with impressive efficiency. Right now, lease the Mazda CX-30 for just $199 a month. Style, safety, and value all within reach. Visit your local Mazda dealer or go to MazdaUSA.com for more information.
Talk New York sports on The Fan.
Every NFL Thursday is your chance to hit the jackpot on FanDuel. Because with FanDuel's Thursday touchdown jackpot, you can win a share of $2 million in bonus bets each and every week. To get in on this Thursday's action, all you have to do is place an anytime touchdown scorer bet before the game kicks off. And if your player scores the first or last TD of the game, you'll win your bet plus a share of bonus bets. Just visit FanDuel.com/Boomer to take a shot at the jackpot. That's FanDuel.com/Boomer for your chance to win a share of $2 million in bonus bets. Play your game with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. FanDuel Sportsbook is also the official partner of WFAN.
21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Must apply profit boost token on select market. Prize pool to be split equally among all eligible participants who made the correct first or last TD pick. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 21 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
If you're in the market for Michelin tires, get to Town Fair Tire and get them at the guaranteed lowest price. With Michelin's innovative technologies designed for durability and performance, you can trust you're getting the highest quality tires over all the toughest of road conditions. Plus, at Town Fair, you get free services for life. So if you're looking for the best deal on Michelin tires, get to Town Fair because nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
4 distinct all-electric Cadillacs. Some drive them for performance. Others drive them for the range. Some drive them because it's the only way to make an entrance. 3 different ways to turn every drive into an occasion. Whatever your reason, there's never been a better time to say, let's take the Cadillac. The all-electric Cadillac family of vehicles. Escalade IQ, Vistic, Optic, and Lyric. Visit your Tri-State Cadillac dealer today.
For over 100 years, Sloman's has been your trusted partner in comfort. When it comes to home heating oil, they deliver more than just quality fuel. They deliver peace of mind. With price protection, automatic deliveries, and 24/7 service, their dedicated team is just a call away, ensuring you stay warm and comfortable all winter long. Sloman's, the Tri-State's largest heating oil provider, proudly serving their community for generations. Give them a call today at 866-GET-HEAT or visit oil.slomans.com.
Now it's time to power up with BT and Sal.
All right, here we go. Power rankings in the NFL ahead of Week 3. Tonight you got the Bills hosting the Dolphins, so we're looking forward to that matchup. And really, last year I don't remember BT and I going back too much to the week prior, but no BT today, so I have some more time. I'll go back to what I did a week ago and just measure it up to where I have it right now. There's a couple of changes, but one team change amongst the top 5 in the NFL ahead of Week 3 after the Week 2 results. And for me, that would be the Bucs, who I have the Jets opponent, of course. Jets going to Tampa Bay on Sunday, 1 o'clock. I think Tampa Bay has proven themselves, even with some, last-second wins here through the first 2 weeks of the season, beating the Texans in Week 2, doing it the way that they did, beating the Falcons after, a late missed field goal by a coup for Atlanta in that game in Week 1. The Bucs, to me, though, have shown the ability to run the football down your throat with multiple backs and have plenty of weapons at wide receiver, led by a very good quarterback in Baker Mayfield. So, and I like Todd Bowles myself. Now, where will they end up? Do I think right now the Bucs will end up in the top 5 power rankings at the end of the season? Probably not. I mean, the Niners were a little bit of a threat. The Chargers, who I don't have in my top 5, they were another threat. Last week, I had the Commanders in the top 5. So they're the team that has fallen out after their loss to the Packers. I had to take Washington out of the top 5. But I think the Bucs right now have earned the right to be in the top 5 in the NFL power rankings. So that'll be the one team that changes places from Week 2 to Week 3 in my power up list here. Number 4 would be the Packers. They were last week. I had them at number 5. They move up a spot. Now, some could argue that the Packers should move up more. I know a lot of people now are starting to go gaga over Green Bay, and I understand it. Parsons is a beast. The defense has been terrific, beating the Lions in Week 1. Terrific performance in Week 2 against Washington on Thursday night as well, even though they, kind of let the Commanders back in that game late. But whatever the case is, they beat 2 good teams, 2 playoff teams from a year ago in Detroit and Washington. So I can understand people getting giddy about the Packers. I'm not there yet. I mean, I think putting them 4th is giving them the proper due respect based off of the first couple of weeks of the season. Number 3 for me, actually 3, 2, and 1 remain the same as they did a week ago. I don't know how you can unseat the Eagles from that 3rd spot right now. Now, some maybe have them higher. For me, nothing that I saw in Week 2 would have me be able to move the Eagles up. It was an impressive performance, a low-scoring game, hard-fought win over the Chiefs in Kansas City, always impressive, but nothing enough to have them beat the top 2 teams on my list. So Eagles would be number 3. And I would say that there is still, in my mind, a gap between the Eagles and everybody else in the NFC. Like, even though I have the Packers and Bucs 4 or 5, the jump off from where, or the drop off from where the Eagles are in comparison to the Packers, to me, is still significant. I don't look at the Packers as equals. Maybe after week 5, 6, 7, maybe we can start to get there. Nope, not based on what the Eagles have done in the last several years and what they've done to start this year. I still think the Eagles are, and I hate to say that, I can't stand the Eagles. They are head and shoulders above everybody else in the NFC. Maybe the Niners can get there. Obviously, they're playing with a backup quarterback. Look, Kyle Shanahan made Mac Jones look good last week, so that was a team I gave mild consideration to. But without Purdy and only 2 weeks in, and beating the Saints, who stink last week, I can't put them on this list yet. The number 2 team, and I thought about putting them number 1, That's how impressive of a performance it was for me. But the fact that they lost head-to-head to the Bills, I can't put the Ravens ahead of them. So I have to go Baltimore number 2. Now, you could say that the Browns aren't very good. Still, just the Ravens are such a freaking powerhouse. And it's so early on that I still don't think you've seen them fully click, certainly on defense yet. But even defensively against Cleveland, they were dominant. The Ravens are just a dominant team in the NFL. And to me, it's going to take a lot to unseat them from that second spot. Even if you're the reigning champs like the Eagles, I couldn't justify moving the Eagles ahead of Baltimore after Week 2's performance. Dude, Lamar Jackson, like I've said this a million times, I'm going to continue to say it. He's the best football player that I've ever seen. He's that damn good. And I'm like, that's not shock value or anything. I just really feel like when I'm watching him, he's the best combination of a football player. Now, you want to say, how could you say that against defensive guys? All right, fair enough. Maybe if you take out defense from the equation, because it is apples to oranges with an offensive player, but he is as good a runner of the football as you can be, and very good at throwing the football. Like, those were the limitations he had early on, and it still may not be his greatest strength, but he is, I mean, he's good enough to do it at a high enough level, combined with his elite ability to run the football. Just a dual threat that, to me, has been unmatched or unseen before. I have the Ravens at number 2, and then I have the Bills at number 1. Now, you expect the Bills to pound the Dolphins just like everybody else has in the way that they pounded the Jets on Sunday. I would maybe not knock the Bills for their performance on Sunday against the Jets. You can't, like, knock it, but I was more impressed with the Ravens win, the way that they won over the Browns, than I was with the way the Bills, even though they handled the Jets. To me, just the Jets aren't anywhere near the quality opponent that you need to be to make it an impressive win. Same thing with tonight. So I expect the Bills to go out there and throttle the Dolphins. Maybe it's a closer game. Who the hell knows? We'll see what happens tonight. You never know with this league week to week, game to game. But still, Buffalo is on another level. And because they beat the Ravens head-to-head, that's the only issue. If they didn't play each other week 1, and they had a similar performance in week 1, but just not head-to-head, I would have the Ravens over the Bills. I think the Ravens are better all around than the Bills. I think they're more powerful than the Bills. Power up, get it, power rankings. But because they lost head-to-head, how can I justify? I need to see a lot more. How can I justify having the Ravens over the Bills, where they both have the same record and they both had equally as dominant performances in week 2? I can't have one over the other, even though I think at my core, ultimately the Ravens are better than the Bills. But looking forward to seeing what the Bills can do out there tonight. As we said, getting week 3 started. Power Up is brought to you by Princeton Longevity Center. Experience the power of personalized medicine. BT and Sal on the Fan. We'll come back. I do want to get to some of the NFL stuff. We'll continue with your calls, Mets, Yanks, Savannah Bananas, whatever. But I do want to get to some of the football stuff with the Giants in particular. Giants ahead of their matchup against the Chiefs on Sunday night. We'll do that when we come back.
The Yankees are heading to Charm City, taking on the Orioles. 7:15 tonight. Driven by Jeep.
A one pitch, swing on a high fly ball. Deep center field, and that ball on cue is out of the ballpark.
Susan Waldman and Dave Sims call all the play-by-play. The home of Yankees baseball is The Fan. 101.9 FM and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Stepping into the Kia K4 or K5 isn't just getting behind the wheel of any average sedan. It's stepping into what's next. With a K4, it's stepping into a world that's exciting. With a K5, it's one that's bold. The Kia K4 and K5, the next movement for sedans. See your local Kia dealer or visit kia.com to learn more.
Kia, movement that inspires. Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Another app for inventory, one for CRM. Oh, don't forget accounting. Wait, which login was that?
Or you could use Odoo, one fully integrated system that does it all without the hassle. Ditch the app overload. Get everything your business needs on one platform. Try Odoo free today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
It's time Time for the pro to get everything for the entire job, all from one partner. To get access to over 3 million products, including many products you won't find in our stores. It's time to get delivery on your schedule or next day on over 50,000 products. And time to get dedicated support on the job site or in our stores. From ordering to planning, we've got you. One partner, any job, all in. Ask about all we can now do at the Pro Desk. The Home Depot Pro, it's about time.
mNEXSpike COVID-19 vaccine mRNA by Moderna has arrived. To learn more and find it near you, visit mnexspike.com. That's mnexspike.com.
Some things are hard to commit to, like learning how to surf or saving for a family vacation. But one commitment that's easy, switching to Fios Home Internet with a 5-year price lock guarantee. That means 5 great summers of fast, reliable internet at the same low price. All with the Fios 1 gig internet plan. Plus no hidden fees or equipment charges. Call 1-833-VERIZON to switch today. Price guarantee applies to base monthly rate only for new and existing My Home customers.
Football is back, and it looks like we're going to get thrills from both teams this year, but thrills are nothing new at Bay Ridge Mazda. Tired of that clunker you've been driving? Just bring it in to Bay Ridge Mazda for up to $2,000 over book value all month long. The time is now to make a trade. Head over to the place where everybody wins, Bay Ridge Mazda, located on 4th Avenue and 90th Street, or buy your car direct at BayRidgeMazda.com and have it delivered to your door. That's Bay Ridge Mazda, 4th Avenue and 90th Street in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn.
You know what they say about judging a book by its cover? Everyone with an addiction has a story to tell. Don't know? Don't judge. Addiction is a treatable medical condition. What helps people seek treatment is support. What does not help is shame and stigma. We can all make a difference. Learn how at oasis.ny.gov. The New York State Office of Addiction Services and Supports. Every step of the way.
We've got more sports talk coming up on The Fan.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey everyone, Boomer here. I had a tomahawk steak last night that was absolutely cooked to perfection. Now, you already know how it was done with the Chef IQ Sense, the wireless thermometer that eliminates under or overcooking your chicken, fish, or meat, whether you're cooking on a stovetop, oven, or grill. It is built to withstand extreme heat, and the app alerts you when to take the steaks off the grill and even when to flip them. Order the newly released 3rd generation Chef IQ Sense right now at chefiq.com and make sure to put the code word Boomer in for 20% off.
Rutgers football is back in Piscataway throughout the rest of the fall. Don't miss a moment. This is Coach Shiano. Keep chopping and join the fun on the Rutgers Boardwalk. Free rides, games, entertainment, parades, and more, all before every home game. It's all free family fun at the Rutgers Boardwalk. Visit us online at scarletknights.com. Don't miss a moment. See Coach Shiano and the Rutgers football team all fall long at SHI Stadium.
Together, let's drive at Paramus Chevrolet for $387 a month and $2104 due at delivery. Lease a brand new Silverado 1500 LT with 4-wheel drive for 36 months. Buying? Enjoy 0.0% APR financing for well-qualified buyers. Visit ParamusChevrolet.com today.
Wake up with Boomer and Geo. Mornings 6 to 10 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1, New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
WFAN Sports Flash.
Good afternoon at 102. I'm Andrew Bogish. Your Sports Flash is sponsored by Paramus Chevrolet. The last time we saw Jonah Tong, he wasn't surviving the first inning against the Rangers. He's back on the mound in just a few minutes in another big spot, rubber game with the Padres. First pitch in about 8 minutes over on Odyssey Mets Radio. The Mets then shift their attention to tonight. The Reds and Giants have games. They're currently 2 games away from that last wildcard spot. And Kodai Senga's pitching for AAA Syracuse. When asked this morning, Carlos Mendoza would not not commit to Senga being on a postseason roster.
We'll have the conversations and we'll take the best 13 guys that we feel are going to give us the best chance to win baseball games in October.
This will be Senga's second start for Syracuse. He allowed 1 run with 8 Ks over 6 last week. The Yankees now in Baltimore for 4. Max Fried on the mound tonight. Our pregame coverage 6:30. First pitch is 7:15. Brian Dable says Andrew Thomas feeling well from his increased workload at practice yesterday. He'll be out there again today. And there's football tonight as the Bills host the Dolphins at 8:15. Fan weather sponsored by Moderna. It's 75 and sunny in Central Park, and that's what's happening. Sports flashes top of every hour. I'm Andrew Bogish.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
Tell them bring another round, we need plenty more. 2 stepping on the table, she don't need a dance floor. Oh my, good Lord.
BT and Sal back on the Fan. September is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. Men, please get screened. It's a simple blood test, and when detected early, the survival rate of nearly all cases increases to 99%. The Yankees, Montefiore, and Fans for the Cure will have a free screening at Yankee Stadium before and during the game on September 25th. Everyone who gets screened gets a voucher for 2 tickets to a game in 2026. For more information, visit fansforthecure.org. We'll get back to your calls here, baseball, whatever it may be. We'll keep an eye, obviously, on the Mets as they're going to start in about 10 minutes or whatever it may be. First pitch, 6 minutes from now at 1:10 first pitch. Let me read the Cadillac here. Sorry, Doe, forgot about that. The BT and Sal Show on the Fan, presented by your Tri-State Cadillac dealers. Cadillac, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Mets. Now, back to my thoughts. I wanted to get into the football here with Andrew Thomas. It seems like now the expectation is that Thomas is finally going to make his season debut. And that is now piggybacking, the word of the week, apparently, piggybacking the feel that a lot of people have, including some of the NFL experts that we've had on this week, whether it's Brian Baldinger on Tuesday, whether it's Kyle Brandt yesterday, the feeling, and I know a lot of you out there, same thing, the feeling that this is a winnable game for the Giants on Sunday. And I just don't see it that way. Yeah, obviously Thomas coming back will help. He's an integral part of what they're going to try to do. Do you think him coming back is going to help them score more points? I highly doubt the Giants are going to be able to score as many points as they scored last week. And even with those points, they still weren't able to get a win. So why on earth would I believe, and this is not to dismiss the Giants, I'll be rooting like hell for the Giants. I want to see them beat the Chiefs and have some kind of a relevant season here. But why on earth would you think, or why in the universe, would you think that the Giants have a chance of beating the Kansas City Chiefs? If you actually paid close attention to the Chiefs, do they look like the perennial Super Bowl contender that we've seen? Maybe not. Maybe this is a drop-off. Maybe Travis Kelce doesn't have his whole heart and head into the game anymore. Maybe Mahomes has slowed down a little bit, although I would vehemently push back against that. They clearly don't have the weapons that they've had at different times. However, their defense is better than it's been before. And they still do have the best quarterback in the league in Patrick Mahomes. So, whatever your reasons are to poke holes in Kansas City, I think it's false. And they lost to a very good, very tough, hard-fighting Chargers team in week 1. Week 1 of the NFL now is basically preseason week 3, the way that we used to know it. So it's not even week 2, it's week 1. And in week 2, they lost to the reigning Super Bowl champs in a tight game. All right, in their home building, sure enough. But one big, bad, costly mistake that flipped the whole game over with Kelce, who was going in, who dropped the ball. Turned into an interception, rest is history. Now, I'm not excusing that. Hey, mistakes are a part of it. Fumbles are a part of it. Drops are a part of it. You got to make those plays. However, there's this feel as if the Chiefs are far less than what they were. The dynasty is dead, if you will. And there's this feel, for some unknown reason, that the Giants, after 1 week of scoring touchdowns, we did it! We did it! Touchdowns! The Giants have scored some touchdowns. Is that all it took to get everybody back behind the Giants now? Give me, and the majority of that, Malik Neighbors is a stud. Is he going to be able to do what he did again against Kansas City? Is Russell Wilson going to be able to perfect those deep throws that they did so well against a crappy Cowboys defense? Take everything into account. The Cowboys don't have a good defense, and I would argue that their team is not as good as some people are saying. I don't trust Schottenheimer. The defense has been awful for the first 2 weeks. Even the offense been inconsistent, yet they still found a way to beat the Giants, who scored 37 points. And throwing the deep ball over the place, daggers left and right, final nail in the coffin with the neighbor's touchdown. Nope, not so fast. So what exactly, here's what I want to know. Where is the confidence coming that the Giants are going to walk out of MetLife Stadium with a win and the Chiefs are going to leave at 0-3? Where is the confidence coming from? It doesn't make any sense to me. The Chiefs are better than most people are thinking, and the Giants are still the Giants until proven otherwise. Just because they took significant steps in one game with the offense, that's going to outweigh the 3 prior years that we've seen under Brian Daboll? Going against now a much better defense in Kansas City? Even with Thomas back, and I'm glad he's coming back, and I hope he can stay healthy. And maybe this can be the beginning of the Giants winning some games here. I'm supposed to believe that the Kansas City Chiefs are going to walk out of MetLife Stadium 0-3, but yet Big Blue's going to get a win against the Chiefs? Come on now. Not saying it can't happen. Obviously, anything could happen in sports. We all know that. But I would never, ever bet on the Giants. Matter of fact, it's going to be one of my biggest bets tomorrow. A little teaser ahead of the Perfect Parlay pick segment. I got to take the Chiefs. On principle alone, the idea that many people now are getting behind the Giants in this game, it just does not add up. Now, there's a path for the Giants to have success, run the football well against a better Chiefs defense. I don't know why you would think that could happen, but if they do that, they could have success. Oh, and by the way, get to Patrick Mahomes. Name me a defense over the last 5 years, whatever it's been, that's gotten to Patrick Mahomes consistently. Meaning that the Giants, Burns, Kayvon, Carter, getting to Mahomes and creating havoc in the backfield, which is something we haven't seen them do nearly enough in the first 2 weeks. Against, Jaden McDaniels and Dak Prescott. McDaniels good. He's not, or Jaden, what did I say? Jaden McDaniels? Jaden Daniels good. He's not Patrick Mahomes. I don't know how to get that from. All right, you can't count on much, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Stream your local NFL game live every Sunday all season long, starting at just $30 for your first year. It's like $250 a month. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. This week's game of the week, the Pittsburgh Steelers, who got walloped by the Seahawks, taking on the New England Patriots. Back to the phones we go, 888-808-1019. We'll keep an eye on the Mets as they're about to get underway here. Dion wants to talk about his Yankees. Dion is in Queens. What's up, Dion?
Hey, Sal. Thanks for taking my call. I just wanted to say one thing. You may or may not agree with me, but I was at the Yankee game yesterday in Minnesota. I just got back about 2 hours ago. And there's something that the Yankees are missing. I mean, they couldn't put the team away handily yesterday, nor on Tuesday. I mean, they were up 10-1, and they let them come back. And yesterday they let them stick around. I don't think the Yankees are going to go deep in the playoffs. There's something, I don't know if it's the pitching or the hitting or both, but I just don't have the same feeling that I had last season.
Do you have any concerns about a possible matchup in the wild card round? Whether it's the Astros, Mariners, Red Sox, are you worried about that versus what it was last year with the Royals, or it just pertains to the Yankees?
It just pertains to the Yankees for the most part. I'm not too worried about Houston, even though they can be that sneaky team, and they've been the thorn in the Yankee side for a number of years. But it's just, the ballpark yesterday was flat, sparsely attended.
It's Minnesota. You're in Minnesota. They're going to be flat. That team's out of it. The Yankees go in there and they really rough them up. See, what I would say about the Yankees this week is that, okay, you saw the offense get shut out, and then you saw them score 20 runs in consecutive games, right? The 10 runs on Tuesday and then 10 runs again last night. I would take more, even though they blew the 10-1 lead, I would still take away more positives in that game. And then last night, I think it was just on Luis Gil, who didn't have his best stuff. He started to run out of steam there, and then the bullpen did a good job. So I wouldn't have any concerns just based off of the 2 games in Minnesota, or the 3 games in Minnesota.
No, it's over the season for the most part. I would say from late May, early June on.
Yeah.
they tended to kind of fall off the edge there, and they lost, their place in,
I get it.
as a division leader.
Well,
so there's something there.
Well, correct, Dion. However, and thank you for the call, and appreciate your fandom going out there and hey, watching the Yankees in Minnesota. Love that ballpark. I went out there years ago. Fun ballpark to go visit. Yeah, there's something there. However, you can make the case that the offense can carry them. Let's say Judge continues his heater and all of a sudden carries this team through a postseason. Like if Aaron Judge, for once, is what he's been in the regular season for the majority of his career, if he takes that and does that in the postseason, the Yankees can overcome a lot of deficiencies. Now, I don't know what's going to happen at shortstop, but at least Volpe, when he played, not last night, the night before, there were some encouraging signs. Now, not to make it all about him, but I'm just saying that there are some encouraging signs. The offense at its best is an elite offense. Elite. Maybe the best in the entire sport when it's at its best. The concern is that going to be sustainable or is that going to come to fruition, their great offense, in the postseason? That's a big question. Are they going to be able to clean up things defensively and on the base paths? But they have the tools. They have speed. They've got guys that can play defense. They've obviously got power. That's their greatest strength. They have quality starters. Fried, Rodon. I mean, Heel, all right, maybe a little concerned about that. Schlittler, all right, I wouldn't trust him 100%. Maybe he's starting to run out of steam a little bit. But still, with Fried and Rodon, at the very least, those two. And then you have, one of the others making a start in Game 3. You feel good about that. The bullpen would probably be my biggest area of concern. I'm with you. There are issues. The Yankees have flaws. We all know that. They're not a perfect team. Who else is? I wouldn't worry about the Astros. That would be the team that I'd prefer to face. I'd rather face the Astros than the Mariners or the Red Sox. I think those teams could be very dangerous. Pitching, the primary reason for that. The good pitching that the Mariners and the Red Sox have. But now, to me, from a Yankee perspective, is not the time to be negative. You had all year to watch this team. They are what they are. You roll up your sleeves, go get them in the postseason. Take your chances. Hope that the offense stays hot more often than not. Hope that you don't beat yourselves with the bad defense or base running or, the follies that have happened at times that the Yankees could think are over-talked about or overhyped or overrated, whatever, overplayed. Go out there and play clean baseball. Don't beat yourself. And then cross your fingers that Bednar, Devin Williams, and one other guy, whether it's Cruz, whether it's Weaver, they probably need one, Doval, one of those guys in addition to Williams and Bednar. You hope that those guys could hold down the fort out of the pen. Gary is in Mayapack. What's up, Gary?
Sal, long time no speak. Miss you, bro.
How are you, Gary? How are things?
I'm good. Hanging in. I wish you were still on the overnight because there's so many Met losses that have turned my stomach, and I needed to vent to someone. And I don't get along with C-Mac so much. So
why not? Has he been yelling at you, C-Mac? What's he doing? He's treating you dirty? He's treating you poorly?
Well, actually, it goes back to where I thought he was piling on Zach Wilson for a while. I thought he was just like everyone else, and we didn't agree on that. And it kind of got ugly.
You could overcome it, though. Remember, you and I had our issues with the Rangers and Islanders. You got on me for being a fraud Ranger fan when I wore the Islander jersey. It took a while for you to get over that.
Absolutely. I boycotted you for a while to the playoff. And then we made a run. We took the first two games in Jersey. We thought we were winning the cup again, and had that turn out.
Obviously not the way that we would have liked, as has every year since 1994. Anyway, okay, what's your point, Gary?
It's on the Mets. I don't know if it's their philosophy, if it's Hefner, if it's the pitches, or that they're gutless. I really feel they're gutless. Manaea, his last start before Mendoza brought him into the tunnel, he gave up like 4 hits in a row. They were all off speed, breaking balls, sliders. He throws that sidearm slurve at 74. What do you think's going to happen to it? And last night, and it's been happening since the All-Star break with Peterson, he does not challenge anybody anymore. He never challenges with a fastball. He'll get ahead of you 0-2. He'll nibble. Now it gets to 3-2. And, last night, if he doesn't swing at that ball, he probably walks in a run. Where's the fastballs? They walk everybody.
Yeah, I mean, the walks are infuriating, Gary, and great to hear from you. Hope all is well. You get back to us. I do miss you, too, on the overnight, and a lot of the callers used to call the show regularly. Yeah, helping us all get through those overnights. That was a lot of fun. So I do miss you guys, and good luck to your Rangers, our Rangers, this upcoming season here. Be here before you know it. Yeah, I mean, look, the Mets have had issues throwing strikes all year long. It's been an issue. And there were some issues here already in the first inning with Tong. Dude, Hoff and I were kind of watching this as we were listening to Gary. Manny Machado hit a laser to left field over the head of Nimmo that one-hopped the wall, and somehow he got thrown out at second base by a mile. What the hell is going on with baseball? Like, the Mets infuriate me where they can't get a runner in from second base with a base hit. It's just mind-boggling. Like, second base is, or at least it used to be, and it is for the majority of baseball, considered scoring position. Yet with the Mets, they're station to station. Drives me nuts. A base hit from second base. You get a base hit with a guy on second, he can't score. Machado hit what should be a clear double by, like, any measurement possible. And he, thankfully, gets thrown out at second base. Otherwise, it would have been second and third and one out with Jonah Tong on the mound under duress again. But instead, it is a runner at third and 2 outs as Tong tries to work through the first inning, which is something he could not do in his last start. What was he doing, Hoff? What the hell happened there with Machado?
You know what? He's not trying to say he's slow out of the gates, but again, he's not the fastest runner.
He got thrown up by a mile. He hit the ball off the wall.
And think about it. It was off Nimmo's noodle arm. Got him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't even Nimmo's arm. Nimmo threw it to Lindor. A cutoff. The ball one-hopped the wall. Nimmo, who doesn't have a good arm, throws it to Lindor. The cutoff man who turned and fired a bullet to McNeil at second base to get him by a mile. It wasn't even close.
I think that Nimmo should have caught the ball, by the way. I think he's just not positioned properly. I think that a faster outfielder would have got that ball. I think it was hit pretty hard, though, so the speed might have been able to ricochet off the wall quick enough. That's part of it.
Anyway, where's your, no, you're okay. Where's your confidence level in Tong after watching the first few hitters here?
Oh, terrible. Listen, he's got 2 outs. There's a runner on third, and there's no run scored, so that's a positive.
That's true. I mean, get out of it clean here.
Yeah, this is. Can I just tell you something? While you were talking before, there was a pitch to Machado. He had him 0-2, and he threw a fastball, and he it didn't bury it in the dirt, but there's no fool. He's not fooling anybody.
Yeah, I know.
His location is so off.
The Mets know. This was, as a matter of fact, I would bet that their decision to start him in this game predated Minaya doing well with his, when he had that talking with Mendoza in the middle of the game in Philadelphia. Tong did get through it. All right, exhale. 1 inning down where he didn't allow a run. So that's good news for the Mets. Ryan calling
Pop the champagne, everybody.
From Rockland County. What's up, Ryan? Oh, sorry, it's 1:20. I got distracted there. Go ahead, Ryan. Go ahead.
Oh, hi, Sal. The thing with Savannah Bananas is funny. I'll get to the Met things in a second. The Met bats, they're going to carry Buchanan. Go back.
And thank you for the call, of course, Ryan.
Oh, wait, that was Buchanan?
Yeah, that was the famous Buchanan caller.
Wait a second.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I got screwed again on that?
Yes. It's all right. Well, I haven't heard from him in a while.
Dude,
think about that. You just made that guy's life. Like, any Met fan that thinks that they're going to celebrate a postseason berth, it would pale in comparison to what that guy just celebrated for getting through on the phones there and saying Buchanan. He's been doing it for 30 years.
He should have been retired. He got me a couple weeks ago, and it was so good.
Where, on your overnight show?
Yeah, I told him, you know what, that you should put your feet up, smoke a cigar, take a sip of whiskey, and retire. You did it. You nailed it.
I just try to think, like, as I think through this, and it used to bother me a little bit. I'm not even angry anymore. I just, like, try to think through what kind of life is that you call the radio station for, 30 or whatever it is, 20 plus, at least 20 plus years, and wait on hold to get through, and then talk about Pat Buchanan, who at this point I would think the majority of people don't even know. I really don't even. I
is
forgot
he still alive?
I have no idea.
Exactly.
BT and Sal on the Fan. More of your calls when we come back. 888-808-1019 is the number to call.
Every Saturday at 8 a.m., it's Kickoff with Boomer and Mike Valenti, where the guys break down the biggest headlines and storylines from across the NFL.
I look forward to breaking down that game with you, but I know we do have some NFL news to get into and talk about.
Kickoff with Boomer and Valenti is brought to you by Nationwide. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always streaming on Odyssey, TuneIn, and the iHeartRadio app.
I'm Chelsea Messenger, helping you beat the books with the BetMGM Network. Play of the day on Monday Night Football is Dolphins' Devon Achane over 37.5 receiving yards. Achane is a running back, but he had the most receiving targets on the team last week and finished with 92 yards. Expect more short passes to the running back tonight on a short week in a game where the Dolphins are probably going to be playing from behind. Bet smarter, beat the books. Download the BetMGM app. Please gamble responsibly.
Now that I'm a dad, I can't stop thinking about what would happen to my kids if something happened to me, like losing the house or not affording college.
Yeah, that used to keep me up at night too. It's why I finally got life insurance from Ethos. It's 100% online. No medical exams, just a few health questions. I got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day.
I never realized it was that simple. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Rates may vary. Build monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
All right, if you're looking for a Thursday night winner, look no further. TakingVegas.com. Text the word WIN to the number 545454. Miami and Buffalo goes tonight. It's absolutely free via text message off the huge top-rated winner last Thursday on Green Bay. Also had a top-rated winner on Sunday with Philadelphia. Guys, text the word WIN to the number 545454. No questions asked. Miami, Buffalo tonight is absolutely free. Text the word WIN to the number 545454. Get this winner. Start the football portion of the week off with a bang. Also, you can visit TakingVegas.com. There's 10 great handicappers there. They'll get the job done for you. But for tonight, off the winner on Green Bay last week, Miami, Buffalo for free. Text the word WIN to the number 545454.
When your reputation's on the line, you don't leave anything to chance, especially your primer. Painter's Trust kills primers for a smooth start, strong adhesion, and serious stain-blocking power. And now, the full Kills lineup is available exclusively at the Home Depot. Need it fast? Get same-day or next-day delivery, or order online and pick up in-store. Kills primers. Pro results faster. The Home Depot. If you're a pro, you know.
Let me tell you about this new Pretzel Cheddar Club. Hey, I'm Carlos.
And I'm Ebony. And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Pretzel Cheddar Club
is the tangy Dijon with the pretzel bun. It takes it to a whole nother level.
It goes perfectly with the chicken and the cheddar cheese and the bacon.
Man, you know how much you love bacon. And I love the different varieties. Grilled, spicy, original. It gets you nice and excited for fall.
Order the Pretzel Cheddar Club with Cherry Berry and Sprite for a limited time on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
We're always talking New York sports on The Fan.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Listen weekdays from 1 to 2 on The Fan for the call of the day with BT and Sal, brought to you by Wind Creek Bethlehem. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Town Fair Tire became New England's #1 discount tire dealer by giving you the absolute lowest prices guaranteed. And with over 100 stores from Connecticut to Maine, we'll beat anybody's price. Other dealers, we beat them. Warehouse clubs, we beat them. Online sites, we beat them all every day. So remember, for the absolute guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Fall is the season for reinvention, and it's easy to do at Macy's Fall Favorite Sale. Come in and find your new favorite styles, like romantic ruffled dresses, chic trenches, cashmere sweaters, and textural fall layers, which are perfect for mixing and matching. All for 20 to 50% off. So if you're looking for your new favorite things, look no further than the Fall Favorite Sale. Today, only at Macy's. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
For over 100 years, Sloman's has been your trusted partner in comfort. When it comes to home heating oil, they deliver more than just quality quality fuel, they deliver peace of mind. With price protection, automatic deliveries, and 24/7 service, their dedicated team is just a call away, ensuring you stay warm and comfortable all winter long. Sloman's, the Tri-State's largest heating oil provider, proudly serving their community for generations. Give them a call today at 866-GET-HEAT or visit oil.slomans.com.
Get the scuttlebutt on your favorite team, the Fan, on the Odyssey iHeart.
Home run of the year, his fourth in the last 4 games. You know, Pete's streaky. Once he gets hot, and he's had a terrific season, but I'm saying with the homers, once they come for Pete, they come in bunches. You hope that maybe he's not peaking too early. Obviously, the Mets needed to get to October, but you want to see this type of performance in October. So Pete puts them on the board. End of 1. The Mets have a 1-0 lead as Pete's going to make his push again. He's got 9 games after today, and who knows? Today is only the first inning. Maybe he can get to 40 and join Juan Soto. As I was saying before, and this is much more of a conversation for the offseason, I am not breaking up the duo of Soto and Alonso. Everything else can be discussed, and I mean everything else can be discussed. That's the one thing that if I'm Stearns, I am making sure I bring back. Obviously, Soto's not going anywhere. I'm bringing back Pete to keep that tandem intact and then build out around that. BT and Sal on the Fan, 888-808-1019. Mark is calling from Oceanside. What's up, Mark?
First of all, Sal, I'll take Sal Licata over Bill Pito 7 days a week.
Thank you, Mark. You and my mom as well, yes.
I don't know about that, but he's good, Pito. He's good, but
Yeah.
you got
It's not Pito's fault. I mean, the Emmys maybe I have an issue with. It's not Pito's fault. He's very good. I like Bill Pito. Nice guy. Nicer than I am.
Good
I mean, come on. 3 years in a row? I mean, come on. Anyway, good.
All right.
Appreciate
so
that.
here's my Met point or question for you, Sal. You have said, and I agree with it, that you would blow the Mets up if they don't make the playoffs.
Yes.
Because of numerous things. Yet you want to retain the architect of this mess, David Stearns. I mean, I don't understand how they work together. Stearns put this mess together.
No, well, he didn't. He inherited Nimmo. He inherited Francisco Lindor. You know, Vientos was here before him. Beatty was here before him. Alvarez was here before him. Like he didn't really. This is year 2. Certain things he put there, Mark, but not the big deals that have. The core of this team predates David Stearns, and the core of this team failed in 2022. Failed in 2023. They did well last year, even though last year they went on a run. You know, Pete didn't have a great season. Nimmo didn't have a great season. Like, there's inconsistencies there. And then again this year, inconsistencies.
But if you look at the moves he's made in the 2 years, you got a lot more bad ones than good ones, a lot more. And I just don't feel he's cut out to be a New York GM. I think he's great with a small market team making his little moves. And if you notice, Milwaukee has improved since he's left.
I know. I said that. I know.
So I'm just not sure he's the right guy. You don't want to fire a guy just because you're angry. That's a mistake.
And I don't think Cohen will do that. I think Stearns isn't going anywhere. And thank you for the call, Mark, and we do appreciate the kind words. To really see what David Stearns can do to his new organization, the Mets, you need time. There's no GM in any sport that's really going to turn things around or really have his impact on the team in year 2. It's just not possible. Year 3, a little bit more. By year 4, all right, now we should see. Remember, so much of baseball is drafting and developing well, and it's not like, it's not like the NFL where you're just going to get your draft picks right away. And then, if Joe Shane takes over and he's got his first draft, those guys should come in and contribute right away. And then the idea is, okay, well, you need at least 2-3 drafts to really have the turnover on the roster to be about Joe Shane in this particular example. With baseball, it's a little bit different. I mean, David Stearns drafted guys in his 2 years that may not be up here for another 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. There's always been that layover where the GMs that get fired, their guys come to fruition, years after they're gone. A lot of this team is Billy Epler's doing. You could even say Billy Epler and Zach Scott's doing, and Sandy Alderson. Not all of it, but a lot of it. So Stearns needs some time. Mike is calling from, and I'm not trying to make excuses for him. I think it's been an awful year two for him. But you can't make a rash decision and say Stearns is not the guy and he's only suited to be a small market GM. Mike is calling from Clifton Park. What's up, Mike?
Hey, great show. So a Giant point and a quick Met point. So the Giants. So my fear is that the offense will be fair, and then Shane Bowen's defense will let us down. And then when I start thinking about that, I get annoyed at Dable, who couldn't make it work out with Wink, and no DC wanted to come here because Dable was on the hot seat. So what would frustrate me is if the defense doesn't rise and Bowen ruins it. And then for the Mets, I say this tongue in cheek: if we sign Alonso back, can we charge him like a Senga tax for that bad throw that caused Senga to totally be screwed up?
Well, I know you're being facetious, as you said, Mike, and thank you for the call. But that would be a part of my thinking in bringing Pete back, is that I would want him to start to transition to be a DH. I know he might not like that, and maybe he's not ready to be a full-time DH. However, he is a liability. As good as he is at picking the ball at first base, he's a liability defensively at first base. And if I'm trying to tidy up and build a winning team all over the place, they can clearly do better defensively than Pete Alonso. Not just because of the Senga injury, because Pete has an issue throwing the baseball. That's not my opinion. That's a fact. He's not a great defensive first baseman. He's far better than anybody thought he would be. He's worked his rear end off, and you give him credit for that. He's tremendous with the glove as far as the scoops go. He is a liability defensively at first base. So I would want his bat in that lineup behind Juan Soto as long as possible to keep that tandem intact. But I would not be married to having Pete Alonso at first base defensively. Sports Talk on WFAN is presented by Paramount Plus. Sylvester Stallone is back in the original hit series Tulsa King. This season, Dwight faces his most dangerous adversaries yet, forcing him to fight for everything he's built and to protect his empire. Stream the new season of Tulsa King on Sunday, September 21st, exclusively on Paramount Plus. The city's biggest indoor pickleball event is coming back October 10th and 11th, and it will sell out. Sign up for the fun or for the cash prizes. Go to 1010wins.com/pickleball for all the info. The pickleball tournament is presented by Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop nissanusa.com.
It's Keith McPherson at night on the Fan, 101.9 FM.
Any team that thinks they're better than us, they should know that when we step on the field, we're coming with relentlessness.
Listen to Keith McPherson on demand on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Andrew Perloff with an Odyssey Sports Minute. The Kansas City Chiefs have a brutal schedule to start the season. Starting off with the Chargers in Brazil, then the Eagles, then in Week 4 they have the Ravens. This Sunday is supposed to be their easy win. They travel to New York to face the Giants. But the way the Chiefs are playing, nothing looks easy. They're on the road, and the Giants did score 37 points and look impressive even though they lost last week. The way KC is playing, especially on offense, nothing is a given. I'm Andrew Perloff.
Your favorite neighborhood spots run unsquare. You know the ones. Maybe it's the popular shop that just opened a new location by you, or the big sports bar that's always packed on game day. These places make the neighborhood, and the money spent there stays in your community. Square powers more than 4 million neighborhood businesses worldwide. To learn more, go to square.com, or just stop by your favorite local business. See you in the neighborhood. Square.
Hey, want to hear something great? Right now at Wendy's, you can get 2 of the #1 selling bacon cheeseburger in all fast food, the JBC, plus medium fries and a medium soft drink for just $8. Want to hear something else great? Double the burger means double the bacon. Now that's a game changer. 2 of the #1 bacon cheeseburgers with fries and a drink for just $8. Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Request $8 JBC meal deal to obtain discount. Individual items at regular price.
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. The original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. When it's game time, it's Tully time. Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. 40% alcohol by volume. Imported by William Grant & Sons Incorporated. New York, New York.
Every NFL Thursday is your chance to hit the jackpot on FanDuel, because with FanDuel's Thursday touchdown jackpot, you can win a share of $2 million in bonus bets each week. To get in on this Thursday's action, all you have to do is place an anytime touchdown scorer bet before the game kicks off. And if your player scores the first or last TD of the game, you'll win your bet plus a share of bonus bets. Just visit FanDuel.com/Gio to take a shot at the jackpot. That's FanDuel.com/GIO for your chance to win a share of $2 million in bonus bets. Play your game with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. FanDuel Sportsbook, also the official partner of WFAN. 21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Must apply profit boost token on select market. Prize pool to be split equally among all eligible participants who made the correct first or last TD pick. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 21 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable. It's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Talk New York sports on The Fan.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WebNow1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Partner with the business that's ready to work for yours. The Home Depot. We supply the support your job needs with the level of service your business deserves. Streamline operations and get more done with the Home Depot. How pros get more done.
Dunkin's $6 meal deal is kind of wild. You get a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, 6-piece hash browns, and a medium iced or hot coffee, all for $6. That's the main character meal energy you need this fall. Get it now in Dunkin' stores or order ahead on the Dunkin' app. No substitutions, participation and times may vary. Offer price varies in California and Hawaii. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
Looking for Michelin tires at the guaranteed lowest price? Get to Town Fair Tire. Michelin's innovative technologies are designed for durability and performance over any of the toughest road conditions, so you can trust you're getting the highest quality tires. And Town Fair's been a name you can trust since 1967. Now with over 120 locations and still growing, because nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Hey everyone, Boomer here. I had a tomahawk steak last night that was absolutely cooked to perfection. Now, you already know how it was done. With the Chef IQ Sense, the wireless thermometer that eliminates under or overcooking your chicken, fish, or meat, whether you're cooking on a stovetop, oven, or grill. It is built to withstand extreme heat, and the app alerts you when to take the steaks off the grill and even when to flip them. Order the newly released 3rd generation Chef IQ Sense right now at chefiq.com and make sure to put the code word Boomer in for 20% off.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part, they accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Call of the Day with Brendan Tierney and Sal Licata on The Fan.
Today's Call of the Day brought to you by Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's heating experts. Gus is calling from Ridgewood. What's up, Gus?
And I'm willing to make a friendly, high-stakes, non-monetary wager with you. Come watch one of the games with me if we make the playoffs.
Now,
and if for some god-awful reason they don't, for free, I'm willing to DJ the WFAN holiday party coming up. You don't have to agree to it now, but let me know if it's remotely interesting.
Do we
Thanks again for having me, brother.
Thank you, Gus. I want to put you on hold. Hoff, grab his info because maybe take him up on that. I got to think about this. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope you're right, Gus. And I hope we're partying out there at the the block party and the DJing and watching a game together. But I'll take you up on that. Got to be careful with these bets. I'm in the hole here. I got to go play golf with was it Teddy in Montville or whatever it is. I got to play golf with him. And I have to wear the Phillies uniform and dress like Chase Utley. When should I do that, Hoff? You think I should do that next week, or should I do that Monday or when the regular season is over?
If the Mets make the playoffs and they play the Phillies, I think you should do it then.
Are you out of your mind? That's the last time I would ever do.
Hold on. If they don't, then you need to go to Thursday Night Football, Giants, Eagles.
You think that I am going to go anywhere outside of this studio dressed in that god-awful Phillies Chase Utley uniform? Are you out of your mind? This is a clear, easy peasy, let me just suck it up for the day, like that stupid Doink the Clown thing. I came in here, I put the Doink the Clown on, we did the show for 4 hours, that's it. Take it off, go home. That's what's happening here with the Utley thing for Surfside, the bet that I lost to Clem from Surfside. We got to get him on one more time and discuss this.
I'm going to full Savannah Bananas on you. I'm making this more entertaining for the audience.
No. This is not entertaining. I'm certainly not doing it if the Mets play the Phillies had that. What are you, out of your mind? That's the last time I do it. All right, there you have it. Call of the day. Having some fun, of course, with that stuff. We'll get back to the phones here. Hopefully, BT back with us tomorrow. I texted him earlier. Hoff, I don't know if you've talked to him. Texted him at like 9:30 this morning, just asking how he's feeling. Haven't heard back. So, I'm sure he's fine. Obviously, under the weather, and that's why BT hasn't been here the last of 2 days. And he's not a great texter anyway. But I did tag him, how you feeling? And nothing back 4 hours later. I'm a little concerned. But hopefully, BT is okay to be back with us tomorrow, of course. All right, let's finish up on the phones here. Mets, by the way, have a 1-0 lead. We mentioned it before. Pete Alonso, fourth straight game with a home run. Home run number 37 for him. 1-0 Mets over the Pods right now. Anthony is calling from Tampa. What's up, Ant?
Hey, Sal. Thanks for squeezing my call in.
No problem. Thanks for making it. What's up?
So my whole thing with the Mets right now is, first of all, I totally agree wholeheartedly with your Pete Alonso sentiment, but I do think Chavez has to go. But the point that I called to make is the pitching lab gets all this credit at the beginning of the year when the guys are doing great. And the pitching is lights out, and it's this, that, and the other thing. Where is all the eyes on the pitching lab now that you have guys like Helsley who suck? Why hasn't the pitching lab fixed him?
Well, the pitching lab, and I've said this before, but nobody wants to hear it. Like, you could say the truth and you could say accurate things, and people just believe what they want anyway. That's just the world that we live in. There is no such thing as a pitching lab. I was saying the same thing. Oh, the pitching lab, like, that is not a real thing. Now, you could question the pitching, you want to question the pitching coach or whatever they're doing, because there's obviously something to it. You or I, Ant, may not have the answers. It's their job to find the answers. How does David Peterson go from all-star to 8 ERA? Why the hell has Ryan Helsley gone from terrific closer to a guy who you have to hold your breath every time he comes into the game and is usually throwing BP? There is no actual pitching lab, but obviously the Mets need to figure it out.
I think that they're jaded by it because you pulled up these scrappy pitchers. Look, Frankie Montas, come on. Who thinks Frankie Montas is going to be any good? Do you think that the pitching lab's going to fix these guys? You get jaded, and they need a real pitcher. They need to, in the offseason, they need to go and they need to pick up a real pitcher, 2 pitchers, and then integrate these young guys in and then let them learn. And there's a right way and the wrong way to do things, and relying on a quote-unquote pitching lab, it's stupid.
Right, but I know, Ant, but I literally just told you, and thank you for the call, I literally just told you there is no such thing as the pitching lab. Like, you can, they may have their biomechanics, whatever lab, whatever you want to call it, but it's not, that whole notion that the Mets had this pitching lab, you take a guy, insert him in the lab, take him out, and he's good to go. Like, it's not a real thing. So the fact that we even still reference it, it's just foolish. It's not a real thing. What you talk about is how the Mets, as an organization, are developing pitchers or what their theory is on what they're looking for, what they're trying to identify that certain pitchers may have that they think they could bring in here and maximize. Frankie Montas was one of them. Obviously, that did not work out. With Griffin Canning, it did work out. But it's not that one guy succeeded in the lab and the other one didn't. And if there was a pitching lab, then obviously you'd put Peterson and Senga and Minaya and Holmes and basically everybody except for Noel McLean in it. It's just the way the organization has to figure out how to properly develop pitching. They had a great year last year, exceeding all expectations. This year, they, I would say, underperformed, which were low expectations. Literally, before they took the mound in the regular season, I remember having the conversation with BT saying, this starting staff stinks. This is no good. No good. And yet they went out there from April to June 13th, or whatever, March when the season started, to June 13th, and performed like the best pitching staff in baseball. Metrically it was, or whatever the numbers you want to use, ERA, whatever it was, the Mets were the best pitching staff in baseball. And then they fell off and reverted to the mean or the norm, and then got even worse than that, to a point where they went from the best to not even being able to get out of 4 innings clean. Bobby is in Belmore. What's up, Bobby?
Yes, hi, Sal. How are you?
Hi, Bobby.
Jackson is like the Aaron Judge of baseball, football, whatever. Yeah, they both.
Who?
They talk. Aaron Judge, they're both regular season, very well, and not the second half of the Buffalo game, notwithstanding, because Jackson was very good.
You're talking about Lamar Jackson?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry about that. The Chiefs game, the 2 years prior, he was awful in that game. And, he's going to have to prove it to play. I mean, if Andrew catches that ball, I think they do beat Buffalo, because the momentum was very heavily towards the Ravens. But he made a lot of mistakes in that first half, the big fumble. And I just think that, this is the year Mahomes is not the same on the same team, the Chiefs. You could see it. They have no offensive wide receivers. Last year they didn't have much either, but it's even less this year. And, this is the year Buffalo or them have to get over the hump. They don't.
Agreed, Bobby. Ultimately, Lamar Jackson, we were talking about Lamar Jackson earlier. I was saying he's the best football player I've ever seen. Ultimately, Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, they're going to have to get over the hump and get to, forget about win, although that's going to be the next layer to it. But they have to get to the Super Bowl. That's a big step. And and until they do, hard to just say how great they are and where they stand in the NFL and all that stuff. They are great individual players who are parts of great teams who have yet to beat the Chiefs and get over the hump into the Super Bowl. At some point, it'd be nice to see either Allen or Lamar Jackson, or both eventually, perform at the highest level in the Super Bowl. But it doesn't mean that they're less than quarterbacks just because their teams haven't gotten there. Lamar, more than Allen, to me, has disappointed. I like your analogy, actually, of Judge, where Lamar, what he does in the regular season, has not transferred fully into the postseason yet to get his team over the hump. Whereas Judge, same thing. What he does in the regular season, that has not transferred over to the playoffs yet. Doesn't mean it can't. It just hasn't yet. Gary's calling from Bud Lake. What's up, Gary?
Yes, I got to tell you, there is absolutely, beyond a shadow of a doubt, such a thing as a pitching lab. I don't know where you got your information from, but it's very basically this. What they do is when a pitcher is working his mechanics perfectly, they hook him up with wires and they do a digital view of his mechanics.
Oh, right. But what I mean, hold on. You listen. We'll have the conversation. What I mean is that the idea that there's some magical lab that the Mets put their pitchers in and they come out and they're having success because of that. That's not real.
That's true.
No, it's not.
No, listen.
It's not real.
Here, let me explain why it's true, okay? Because they already have on record what the mechanics are when the pitcher's doing everything right. When he's doing everything wrong, they go back, they do the measurements again, and they can tell where his mechanics are off, and he makes the adjustment. Then he comes back making the adjustment, and he's better.
Well, then where has it been for David Peterson, for Clay Holmes, for Sean Manaea, for Kodai Senga? Where is that?
Look, I can't answer that question.
No, but you literally just said they find out what's wrong mechanically. They send him back. They put him in the lab. Like, I'm not saying that they don't have those analytics and that science.
They do, yeah, but that's what you said. There's no such thing as a pitching lab. That's what you say.
Right, correct. There is no such thing as a pitching lab where you take a pitcher, and thank you for the call, Gary, and put him in this pitching lab, and he comes out and is a better pitcher. Meaning that the success of the Mets pitchers dating back to last year is not because of some pitching lab. There may, in fact, be a lab, whatever you want to deem it, whatever adjective you want to use to describe it, fine. Yes, information, analytics, trying to find out the mechanics and all that stuff. Yeah, the Mets are keeping up with the Joneses now and investing in that, and Steve Cohen has done that at the lower levels. But too much was being made of the quote-unquote pitching lab for being the reason why the Mets were able to turn around starting pitchers or pitchers in general. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that they don't have certain things. What I'm saying is the Mets themselves, weren't comfortable with all the attention the quote-unquote lab was getting for turning around all the starting pitchers. Whenever you or I would be like, oh, the pitching lab, the pitching lab, the pitching lab. It's not a real thing. Like, again, it may be actually that they have ways to find out the mechanics and all that stuff. And there is, if you want to call it a lab, fine. That's not the reason why guys succeed or fail. That's what I'm trying to say. That's not a real thing. Because if it were, then you could take literally any pitcher, put him in this great pitching lab, and he'd come out and be great. And that's clearly not the case. That's my point. But yes, to your point, they do have stuff where you could go down there, the farm system, whatever, and I don't know, the scientific nature of getting the read on the mechanics and all this stuff. But to give the lab either credit or fault the lab when things go wrong, that's to me not real. That's what I meant to say. Because a lot of us, myself included, was like, oh, yeah, the pitching lab, look at this. It's unbelievable. Stearns could go get this guy and put him in the pitching lab, and he comes out and he's great. That, to me, was inaccurate when we would say that. And if it was such a thing and it worked, why do the Mets have the worst pitching staff in the second half in Major League Baseball? What happened? Did the lab break? Is it not in effect in the middle of the season? You know what I'm saying? That's all. That's the point. But yes, of course, they have new ways to measure different things that the pitchers are doing. I'm just saying that the lab talk blown way, way out of proportion. See what the Mets could do if they could hang on today. 1-0 lead, top three. Padres threatening. Evan and Tiki, I'm sure we'll keep you up to date on that. BT and I, hopefully BT's feeling better. He'll be back with us tomorrow for Football Friday ahead of Week 3 in the NFL. So we'll stay tuned for that. Thanks to Dove. As always, thanks to Hoff. Thanks to everybody who listened and called. We appreciate each and every one of you. We'll see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Evan Tiki, they're coming up next.
Deep ball downfield, looking for Neighbors, who makes the catch for the touchdown. It's double coverage.
An incredible game ended with heartbreak in Dallas for Big Blue.